Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and it's September, which means it's Septandy time again. And it's also allergy season, which is why I feel and sound like crap, because the farmer behind me has started pulling out, I think it's beans this year. But anyway, this will be a quick video, because this thing's just going to be me powering this thing on and see if this thing even works and see what's going to need for restoration in the future. So, let's just get to it. So a little bit of backstory with this particular machine. This is a Tandy Tl 2. Now I picked this up from a house clear out alongside a TRS-80 Model 1. Now the gentleman had passed away, and they were a friend of mine and her friend were clearing the house out, and they called me about him, and so I ran right over and got him. The reason why I don't know if this works is because the gentleman was actually a Radio Shack repair technician since basically our Radio Shack store opened to about a few years before it closed when he retired. And apparently he brought his homework with him, or his work home with him. Now, throughout the years, he had actually been throwing stuff away as in his own, and this and the TRS-80 were actually left in the garage, and that's why he forgot about them. And that's why I don't know if this thing works, is because if he brought it home, it might not work. So I had no way of testing this either, because I didn't have a monitor for it. Nor did I want to risk plugging in any VGA cards and risk there being some sort of short in here and causing problems with one of my few 8-bit cards. But that's all going to change, because if you remember, I picked up this Amdek Color 600, which is a CJ monitor, which should be the exact monitor, or type of monitor anyway, this thing needs. So I can at least finally test this thing out, see what's wrong with it, and, well, go from there. So let's just power it on and see what happens. Okay, and it also came with its original keyboard, which is extremely, well, extremely dirty, but it should be fine. So this is actually missing. It's dirty, it's missing both of its screws, the power button's missing, the floppy button looks like it's a little, you know, cockeyed. But it shouldn't need too much. On the back side here we have the 9-pin CGA monitor port, the printer port, serial, mouse, and joystick port. So, oh, and it's also missing one of the rubber feet. I don't know how I'm going to go about fixing that because it is riveted in, so we'll have to see what I can come up with. Yeah, I have not been in here yet, but it is missing its power button. Looks like a connecting rod of some kind. So if anyone knows where to track one of these things down, or if anybody has access to a 3D printer or something, because I don't even know where to find one of these. But looks like everything's in here and all intact. We have the hard drive, we have the floppy drive. Something's been removed because there's a blackout plate missing. The battery's intact, so yeah. I'm just kind of curious. I want to power it on and see if it even works. I'll admit, I'm actually really excited to see if this works, because the only other Tandy I have is that RLX HD one. And unfortunately, the floppy drive on it doesn't work. But since this is one of the last, quote, true Tandys, because of the hardware that's in it, this might be a little bit interesting to see. We have some games played on here. So, okay, so I got this hooked up. I got the CJ monitor hooked up. I got the keyboard hooked up. It has a hard drive's hooked up, floppy drive's hooked up. I have this just in case. I don't know if it'll actually work. It didn't work on my RLX, so I don't think it'll work in this either. But, you know, never know. But let's just, let's power it on and see what happens. Oop, okay, 640K. There's a beep. Hard drive's chirping. BIOS ROM. Yeah, it's basically... Welp. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. So... I don't know if it's a... Okay, so I just want to try and do something real quick. And that's pop this battery out. Okay, so the XTIDE has not done anything. And let's unplug the hard drive. I'm just doing some basic troubleshooting here. Alright, well there's really nothing on this disc. I just want to see if it even tries to read it. It's not even reading from the floppy. Okay, does Control Delete even work? Yeah, it resets. So the keyboard's functioning. Floppy's not. So what would be causing that? Alright, let's just unplug everything. Okay. Alright, I have everything unplugged that shouldn't be plugged in. Let's just I mean, it's powering on, it's just getting stuck at while the BIOS boots. So yeah, this is going to be a future restoration project. I had everything unhooked, floppy, hard drive, all power. I'm not sure why it doesn't want to just fully boot. Something's making it get stuck in the middle of its boot process, because it doesn't even try to make the floppy read. It spins the hard drive, but that doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, I'll have to tear the whole thing apart and fully give it a restoration at some point in the future. So yeah, with that being said, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, put down in the comments section if you have any knowledge about these Tandys, whether it's the TL2 or even my RLX, as to why my XTIDE didn't want to work in either of them. Put it in the comments section, and hopefully it'll help me get a good lead on what might be wrong with this machine. I hope you enjoyed September and Septandy, whether it's this video or any of the other content creators that are uploading Septandy videos this year. And that being said, thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.